Our 7 to 12-year-olds, again, some of the activities, we are repeating them, but then we are just doing them at a higher level. Now, if we're playing card games, it requires a child to track the cards. So again, working memory. It tests mental flexibility. When the game shifts, can we shift with that game? It builds planning as well as strategy. It teaches you self-control. Because the game is not going the way I want it to go, what do I do? Do I throw a tantrum or do I follow through? It teaches children a little bit in terms of persistence and perseverance. So we didn't win the first game. What do we do? Do we stop playing altogether or do we try again? You have to pay attention and then you have to make quick decisions. So again, it is testing cognitive flexibility. So when we look at card games such as Jim Romy or poker, you can actually teach your children these games. When we're looking at the complicated card games or the more difficult card games, the children have to have a strategy in mind. So they are practicing holding sometimes complicated moves in their mind. And sometimes they have to plan ahead many moves. Okay, 3 people have to play before me. If this person do this, I'm going to do this. If the second one do this, I'm going to do this. We know when we're playing the card games, how we rationalize or plan what we are going to do. And this teaches children how to plan, how to organize. When something unexpected comes up, how they can shift to accommodate that. So games such as chess and drafts, those are really, really important for children. And again, while they're playing, they have to remember the rules of the game in order to play the game. So again, we're targeting working memory, which is fundamental for school success. We are targeting paying attention, concentration, focus, which is fundamental for school success. We're talking about cognitive flexibility, being able to shift from one thing to the next, self-control. All of these are important for academic success. Some music dance, we spoke about those already. And we know they tap into our working memory, cognitive flexibility. We're looking at planning and organizing. It talks about metacognition to a certain extent because we're really thinking about our thinking. Okay, I plan to do this. This is not going to work. So what do I do next? How can I win this game? What strategy? And the child may not be saying this out loud, but these are all of the thought processes that are going through their heads at that point in time. Now, if we're looking at music, song, and dance, think of all the skills that have to be employed in order to learn how to play an instrument. First of all, we have to attend to what the teacher is saying or the person that is instructing you. We have to pay attention with our eyes. We have to hear it. We have to see it. So we know what a B sharp or B flat, I'm not musically inclined, so I don't really know. We know what they sound like. So then the child has to duplicate that sound. And in duplicating that sound, they have to see what action the instructor performed, and they have to reproduce that action as well. So we are looking at selective attention. We are looking at self-monitoring. We are talking about working memory. And for selective attention, we are looking at, we have to block out everything that is happening around us. Imagine if your child can focus and block out everything that is happening, then they would be in a good place for when they hit secondary school and you're sitting in a public school in a class of 25, 35 students. If they can do that, they will learn. During this age, we can also sing. I don't know if anybody remember, anybody did this while they were in school, in terms of you would sing in rounds. So one group would start, roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. And I think by then another group would start, and then another group would start. And then whichever group you are in, you would have had to concentrate really, 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 really strongly in order to keep with your group. So things like this, it helps again with the working memory. It helps with selective attention, and it helps with monitoring, self-monitoring. What am I supposed to be doing? Which group am I? What words should I be singing at this point in time? Again, if we're engaged in dancing, and this is why co-curricular activity is so important, because a lot of the time, without even knowing it, we are building our executive function skills during this point in time. So dancing, again, attention, self-monitoring, working memory. And we know in terms of brain teasers, it teaches, again, we're looking at working memory. Again, we're looking at cognitive flexibility, because Sudoku, you have to try so many things in order to solve that problem. So we can build executive function skills without even touching the academics. So if a child is not performing well in school, these are some of the things we can do to enhance their working memory, to enhance their ability to focus, to enhance their ability to block out all that is happening around them and focus on the task at hand.